Hello! Welcome back to another stream on the YellowFang42 channel. I am, of course, YellowFang42. And once again, we're playing some Kingdom Hearts 2. It's a lot of fun. Although we're currently in the grind mode, and by grind mode, I mean I am trying to get to level 99 before I even beat up Twilight Thorn. Why? Because I think it'd be hilarious. It's hilarious at level 35. I've tested it. It didn't crash my game. I wanted to make sure that I didn't crash my game, and it didn't. So I don't think it's going to crash at level 99, which I'm very excited about. Just another day inside of Sora's heart, beating up Dusks. And these guys cannot aim for anything. Now the reason I'm taking damage is because of a fun little ability called Experience Boost. I always tell everybody at the beginning of the stream, if anybody's watching from the beginning, I do this and take a crap ton of damage. Maybe not as much. I just want to get to half health or below, and this enables me to use Experience Boost, which doubles my XP. Technically, it increases your experience by 100%, but basically it doubles it. So I get 8 XP instead of 4. Which is great for me wanting to move a little faster. And this is also on critical mode, which I'm starting to wonder why I did that all those years ago when I first started the file. This is an older file that I started back in like 2022 or so, and oh boy, there are some regrets. Mostly in that, why would I put myself through critical mode again when I still haven't finished my main file critical mode. To be fair, at the time, I was regularly playing Kingdom Hearts. Oh hey, 10,000 XP remaining exactly. That's amazing. I think I was a little bit better at the game at the time, because nowadays, Cyax is the worst, and I have no idea if I'm actually going to be able to beat the game. Yeah. Because, unfortunately, his little invincibility thing is a huge problem for me. There's gotta be a way to give myself iframes. It's probably just I should finally do the thing that I said I was gonna do in the first place, which is go and level up the summons, because I barely use the summons the entire game. Yeah, that's on me. That's on me. Also, last stream, I had door troubles, yay! Basically the tail end of that story is that door is getting replaced at some point in the near future, so that's gonna be fun. But I fully expected either that door is getting fixed somehow or it's getting replaced, but it's the replacement route, which is probably better in the long run. So that'll be fun. In the meantime, we wait, I guess. I don't know. Another beautiful evening of beating up Dusks. Will I probably doze off? Oh, absolutely. I woke up at 7 or 8 in the morning, which seems like a normal, even reasonable time. Almost late for some people. But my latest alarm, the latest I allow myself to wake up is 9 AM. I'm not even joking. I am not an early bird. I am a night owl who is forced to live in a morning person's world. Gosh darn it. But I live, so it's fine. Ah. Goodness gracious. It's a little... Okay, I'm actually just warm for once in my life. I was a little confused that I was warm and I'm like, uh-oh. But nope, Nope, I've just been wearing a blanket, and so now I'm actually warm for once in my life. Except for my hands. My hands are almost never warm. There are very few instances where I actually am warm. Like, as in my hands are warm. Usually they are freezing cold. On the bright side of them being freezing cold, if my face is warm, then I can cool off my face with the back of my hand. And also punch the mic, apparently, repeatedly. Apologies for that. Oh my god! Oh boy! I should have taken a nap. I had some Dairy Queen today. It's been over a month, so I'm like, I can allow myself to get some. And I had a Blizzard coupon, so I got it for free. Sorry. Oh, yeah. I kind of regret the extra fries that I got. But it also meant that I stopped eating halfway through, and then I was able to enjoy more of it at a later time. Am I still kind of feeling horrendously full? Yes, absolutely. Does that mean I've also put off any sort of shopping that I'll need to do, and so it'll have to be done tomorrow? That's fine. That is fine. I still have yet. I really need to set up. How do I set up an automation for this schedule? Or maybe I'll just do a little. That means I gotta actually draw the thing. I gotta draw the graphic for the Scream schedule. Scream schedule would be so perfect during the Halloween era, but we're not in a Halloween era right now. We're in the holiday era. I mean, technically, if I did a Nightmare Before Christmas type theme. But I'd have to do it bootleg so then Disney doesn't eat me. And I could just blend the Halloween into Christmas though. With the bootleg. That'd be pretty sick. Lots of things, lots of things. We're making excellent progress. Oh, those are 4s. No need to worry though, because it's better than not getting the XP at all. That's the important part. Can this Dusk please thank you for being a basketball so that I can get you for 8 XP? Sometimes they get away from me and go where I'd have to touch the HP orbs, and I don't want to get above half health so that I can level up slightly faster. Because the difference between 40 and 80 XP is absolutely, well, it's double. And I would like to get more out of these guys. Does it take a little extra time? Probably. I still have yet to make the graph for that, and I think I would have to do some statistical average to measure out the times where I get, like, just straight 4s and then straight 8s to figure out the trajectory of that. And then I'd also have to figure out different combinations. Okay, like how many 4s in 1 8, 2 8s, 3 8s, 4 8s, 5 8s, 6 7 8 9. Like there'd be like a bunch of different variations. I bet there's a I think there's a graph for that where it would probably just be the 2 lines and then the fan point where it's like highlighted in red. I should have gotten a math degree instead of computer science. I would have had way more fun with it. I would have been a menace too. Because I think, I've said it before, I flippin' love, when I understand math, I love it. It's a lot of fun for me, because then I can use it in the silliest of situations. And it brings me a lot of joy to just be able to apply math to random stuff. Speaking of math stuff, I still haven't found my stats notes. I have no idea where they went, and it kind of upsets me that I don't know where they went. Because I know I had them somewhere. I distinctively remember taking pictures of my notes for my stats class for whenever for the next door seat neighbor, whenever he was busy with something and had to miss class for some reason, he would be like, hey, can you pass me the pictures and notes? And I'm like, yeah, sure, dude. Like, no. But where did they go? I hope I didn't throw them away. If past me threw them away, we gonna fight. It's probably in a weird spot. I bet if I searched hard enough, I would probably find the notes in like the weirdest place in the universe. That sounds like something I do. I did find multiple instances of my discrete math once. And I still have my textbook from that time. I think that's the most hilarious. I still have a digital copy of my textbook. I'm very glad that I have it. Will I remember what to do with anything? No, I'll have to reevaluate my notes. I bet if I reevaluate my notes, I could probably figure it out. I should have studied more. You know what they say, hindsight is 20/20. Man, that saying does not sound great anymore. I know that the 20/20 is more in regards to like vision being like perfect vision. Jeez. Okay. Come on. Fight me. Perfect. Like a glove. I think about like an hour into the stream, I will turn the music back on. The Portal music. Maybe the Portal music or maybe the Death Stranding music. Maybe I'll start that going. Cause like I always say, don't get me wrong with the study. It's fine and all, but sometimes you want to shake it up. Whee! Perfect. Whew. Oh my goodness. Sleep sounds so nice. You know what's funny is I say that probably because this is the most like chill I've felt in a while. I don't know what it is, but apparently Kingdom Hearts makes me all sleepy. It'd be more hilarious if I was playing Birth by Sleep doing this. I still have that idea in the back of my mind, by the way, to play Birth by Sleep, but with my quote-unquote crappy controller, because the right and left triggers, or one of them, basically the button that you can use to cycle through the different commands, it's a little broken, so if I tap on it, it will just start spinning the command menu like a roulette wheel. And I would probably call those playthroughs roulette Birth by Sleep. When it's literally just the command menu spinning like crazy. I think it's hilarious. If I did that, I'd probably do it on beginner just to have fun with it. I've already beat the game on critical. I don't need to do it again. I don't need that kind of insanity in my life. I'm already doing it with this one. I'm already doing that with my main file, gosh darn it. Oof. I hope that Sykes is the last boss that gives me grief. Because what's funny, Demyx is historically, like, considered the nightmare boss, but he wasn't really my problem when I came through that part. It was actually the Final Fantasy fights, like that gauntlet between Demyx and everything else, and then the next save point. I died to those. I got wrecked. And so I'm like, ah, crap, I gotta fight Demyx again. It wasn't much of a problem. Like, he didn't give me that much grief like I thought he would. I was totally prepared for that, though. Maybe I just need to be more prepared for Sykes to give me grief and just try to, like, step back and think. Except he gets all up in my face. I'm not joking. It's kind of like those stupid cars in Timeless River. If you don't know to use Chicken Little for the magnet shenanigan, it's a problem. Like me. Like me. Did I know to use Chicken Little? No, because I barely used my summons like a fool. Good heavens. Now I'm looking at the edges of the environment again. It's kind of funny when you look at some of the other pillars how like the texture just fades out after a bit, and like there is a block but the texture like deliberately fades out. So then it looks like it's dark and falling forever. But I'm pretty sure that's just literally how it looks. It's not shadows, it's just literally what it looks like. I bet if I could find a way to isolate the asset, that's what it would be. And I bet the floor is not that far. Like, I bet the floor is right where the bottom fog is. Which then again could be pretty far away. But there's only so much, like, since this game was originally a PS2 game, there's probably some limitations that they had when they first set this up. Even though this did get remade or remade? I know there were probably some fixes, and this was definitely, since it was a Final Mix adaptation for English release, there's probably some changes that they made, and they probably had a little bit more space. My knowledge base of video game re-releases isn't strong enough to make a proper conclusion. Yet. I'll have to figure that out sometime. That'll be a fun research project. It's a shame that I didn't get like you know how you like a lot of people have a different phase where they're just like obsessed with a different country. This might be a very American thing. Although I think I've heard of other countries like for some reason where they're like obsessed with another country for a little while. It's a shame I didn't learn much Japanese during my time of being like, oh wow, Japan looks so pretty and cool, I would love to learn the language and stuff and visit there and stuff. It'd still be pretty cool to visit, but the language is very intimidating to me. And I have like a basic language beginner's book in my room. I think I have multiple of them actually. Is that a driver's training book? That is a driver's training book next to the Japanese languages books. That's hilarious. I still haven't read that either. I also have a book on fencing, and the only thing I gleaned from that was the 8 parry positions. And every once in a while I just grab a pencil, or I do have a fencing foil and I just practice that. I usually use like a shorter stick just because clearance, and I don't want to go outside. I'm very much capable of going outside, I just choose not to. Because either it's too hot or too cold. or some other reason. I don't know. It's also more hilarious because I should technically practice it with my right hand, because but I'm left-handed, so I always practice with my left hand. So I'm probably doing it slightly wrong. I can't show the pros and cons of face cam. Pros, not having to show my face. Cons, I cannot show you the silly hand movements that happen when you're trying to practice fencing. Darn. But just like imagine doing those 8 parries and then it's mirrored, so it's like kind of looking a little backwards. That's how it ends up. 'Cause like at least the first one is like straight in front of you, 1, and then to the left 2, and then to the further right 3, and then upward left 4, upward right 5, downward left 6, downward right 7, and then straight down 8. There's a little bit of arm and wrist turning with it. Someone who's had more practice with fencing and swords work could tell you better than I could, for sure. I think I have an approximate knowledge of a lot of things. I just remembered the existence of a chocolate orange in my snack drawer. I have a snack stash, which frequently gets emptied because I barely fill it with snacks. And there are chocolate oranges in there, although they don't have the citrusy flavor like most chocolate oranges do. Instead, they have popping candy, as they're called, in them. Unfortunately, it's usually the fruity undertone that makes me not eat a bunch of slices all at once. So I've already demolished one. I bought 4 the other day like a heathen, but I was like, I am gonna only do this once. I'm not buying any more after this. I'm gonna have a moment of no control so then I can have all of the self-control afterwards, because I'll be satisfied with having 4 oranges, and now there are 2 remaining. One of them I consumed almost entirely, and then the other one I shared with family. Not like everybody in the family, just one person. Maybe 1, 2. Maybe 2. Yep. The chocolate oranges are good, though. The time before having one recently, I got the last one I had before this at a gas station, which was hilariously trippy. It was at a gas station. I was on my way to the coast in like November or something like that, and I was just like, oh my gosh, there are chocolate oranges, I gotta get one, because I haven't had one in ages. And then I bought 2 because I knew that for a fact that I was going to terminate one and I was going to want to share. I have a habit of sharing food. But like, half the time I share food, I just think, oh, I'm going to share food. And then the other half of the time, I'm like, I need to double check before I share, like, with this person. I'm like, do you have any allergies to this, or that? Like, whatever it is that I have. And then if it's no, then it's like, you want some? And then it's a yes or no from them. Like, I always try to double check because I don't want to accidentally give somebody an allergic reaction. I would feel horrible for that. Yeah, don't want to give anybody a medical emergency. That would not be fun for anyone. But otherwise, I'm almost always down to share food. I say almost always because sometimes I am really stinking hungry, like, it's, like, freakishly hungry. And I'm like, okay, somebody needs to put away a lot of food right now. And then other times I'm like, I don't need to eat a thing. But on the times where I put away so much food, I am not as charitable with my food. And there are certain things I'm a little bit less charitable about. Like, if it's something that, like, is mushy or something like that, where it would cause some cross-contamination with eating the same spot as somebody else, I'm not gonna share. Like mashed potatoes, I ain't sharing. Unless I manage to get the potatoes separated, so then that way that person doesn't have to worry about eating my germs. I'm so uptight about that. The only exception to that is eating straight out of a carton of ice cream when there are no bowls. At that point, I don't care. I probably should kind of care at least. But for the most part, ice cream is the one exception, because usually you don't really make much contact with the ice cream and stuff. I'm not talking soft serve. I won't share soft serve with anyone. Or like frozen yogurt. I ain't doing that. Huh. That just got me thinking about soft serve ice cream and how somebody, I think it was like a TikTok. This was like the other day, where this guy had ice cream and he just aggressively mixed it until it softened and looked like soft serve ice cream. And I'm like, well, shoot, now I gotta try that the next time. I still haven't tried that because I like the way my ice cream is currently set up. Can you let me attack you, Dusk? Thank you. Goodness sakes. These Dusks sometimes give me a little bit of grief because I'm like, okay, I'm ready to fight you, and they're like, I'm gonna dodge you constantly, and I'm like, that's great, but you're still gonna get wrecked in the end. Oh well. Spin. 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 Oh, okay. Okay, we're going Weed Whacker mode. Cool. Kind of cracks me up that sometimes when you do reversal, instead of immediately getting confused, they like flip in the air and like hover like that. It's so funny to me. It's very funny. There's another idea that came to my mind. It's coming up with a workout based on how Dusks move. Some movements obviously would not be able to be replicated. For example, what I call Weed Whacker mode, or the volleyball thing, which when they ball up in the air and then land on the other side. And probably that attack as well. Along with the one where they like attack you with their head. But like when they're like hopping around or something like that, or like doing the wiggles, you could probably get some core exercises out of that. What pose is even that? Okay, maybe some of the flipping around might not be, okay, that's a lot of flipping around. Maybe that's not maybe that wouldn't be a great workout for the average Joe or Jill, or I'm trying to come up with a non-binary name that starts with a J, like in the same vein as like Moss or something like that, or Rock. I'd say Jasper, but Jasper has actually been like a historical name. I mean, I've seen Jasper used for both men and maybe not so often for women, but I've seen a Jasper for like someone who is feminine presenting. But that was Steven Universe. And it's a rock, so... Jacks, Jills, and Jaspers? Jacks, Jills, and Jolenes? I'll have to workshop that one a little more. J names are interesting in that way. I bet I'm gonna find one much later, like 3 hours later, and I'm gonna be like, finally, I have discovered the answer. I guess Joe, but that's usually like shortened, like in the femme form, it's like a shortened form of Joanne or Jolene or something like that. Or just Joe, like Joe, you know. I am so surprised that I didn't make a joke. I was gonna make the joke, but I'm not gonna. I need to straighten up my posture. Oh my gosh, my spine. You didn't hear it, but pretty much my entire lower back just popped, and it felt amazing. Now I just gotta sit up straight a little more, so then my diaphragm doesn't get crushed under the weight of my soul. Okay, maybe a little couple of orbs to keep me going. Oh, and a hiccup too. Thinking about ice cream again, but I literally had a blizzard, so I probably shouldn't have any more ice cream for today. I'm trying to keep myself on the moderate side of ice cream. But I gotta make a shopping list too. Ugh, why didn't I do that like 3 hours ago? In my defense, I was distracted by a door. More like looking at doors, but still. What was I doing for the next few hours, though? I must have dozed off again, darn. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Goodness gracious me. I think I might need to drink more water again, but I will make sure I take out these two before I do that, because water is good for the soul, and I don't want to have to rush it, because if I rush it, I'll probably like end up coughing up my lungs. I love water when it tastes good. And I have to specify when it tastes good, because sometimes water tastes stale, or it tastes kind of dry and like off. Sometimes it's like, oh, I can definitely tell there's metal in these pipes. And not in the good way. Oh, Maria. I don't remember the lyrics. I only remember that one. That's it. And I remember some of the tune as well. I want to build. I don't know what I want to build, but I want to build something. I want to build a roller coaster again. I want to play around with Roller Coaster Tycoon. Don't crash my Vista computer. I probably should start that thing up every once in a while. I can get away with starting those up. I'm gonna start those up so then they don't die. Hopefully I don't blow a circuit. Although to be fair, if it was gonna blow the circuit, it probably would have blown it by now. Ah, crap, I just realized if I want to shut down one of the computers, I'm gonna need to do some... Well, I'm gonna be climbing under my desk later. Good job, Yellowfang. You're gonna be crawling under your desk. Did I already take out these guys? Yes, I did. I already took you out the trash. Haha. I want my blanket back on my shoulders. Oh my gosh. I can hear my Vista computer starting up. It's just like, oh, good morning. Because you kind of need to start them up every once in a while so then they don't die out. It's the same with like the car. It's something about like starting up a car helps with the battery charging. And the same goes for computers and their power supplies and stuff. It's a flippin' miracle that the XP computer still works. In all fairness, that thing had to get factory reset again. But I made sure to rip all of the data from it first. Almost all of the data, as much as I could at least. So I have that backed up. But I'm gonna be having some fun later. Reconnecting the monitors. Too many computers, man, too many. And that's not a joke either. That is a fact, and something I'm gonna have to deal with down the line. On the bright side of having the older computers, though, it does mean that I can use older software. There we go. Yeah, I can use older software on them without having to do weird compatibility shenanigans or running a virtual machine. Ooh, 8432. I don't think that's fully divisible by 8. It's got to be like 1,000 and then 432, so 4. So it'd be 43, so 160. No, 6 times 8 is 48. Shit. Let's see, so 1, 6, no, 5. And that'd be 2, I said? No, that's 432. Yeah, so that'd be 43, so 3 left over, so 1, 5, well now it's changed. 3 left over, and there's still a 2, so 32, 4. 154. It's probably not 154, especially now. Although it could be, because I did get a 4 out of that. It's good to practice your math equations. Oh, 8400 is a little, it's not necessarily easier. Although with 8400, if you divide that by 4, it's like 2100. Not the case with the 8. Although if you divide 2100 by 2, that would technically give you that. Which would be 1000... 1050, I think? Yeah. That sounds about right for 2100. That's probably exactly right. I'm not gonna grab the calculator just yet. I think I'm almost on a roll with that. With the math tonight. Oh boy. Oh, I almost walked forward. That wouldn't have really helped. There we go. Bring it on. Bring it on. Ow. It's silly for me to say ow when a character gets hit because I'm not the one actually feeling any pain. The most I feel is like when the controller vibrates when you get hit, and even then it's just like, oh, okay. I got some damage. I wonder if that's how blindfold players know when they're like doing a no-hit run, if they've failed the no-hit run. I mean, they probably hear the hit, but still. I was about to say, I wonder if you can play this game blind, but it might be a little bit difficult because too many things require visual cues. I mean, there are some audio cues, and I think there are some people who have done this game blindfolded, maybe. I'd have to double check. Oh my goodness, my body feels heavy. I think I food comaed myself. Very understandable. I had some delicious food. You know what the best part about getting a chicken strip basket is? It's not the chicken, it's not even the fries. It's the 2 pieces of buttered toast that they give you in every single chicken strip basket. It's the best. I love it. It's the best darn thing about those baskets. I don't know why. But it is. I think it's the buttered part of the toast, probably. That would make the most logical sense. I need to sit up again. Oh, that was an 8 still. Nice. We're making some excellent progress. We went from a little above 10,000 to almost down to a little above 8,000. So we're making pretty good progress. Spin, 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 spin. I should probably use triangle again. Oh boy. Woo! 8,200. Let's go. I'm thinking about music. Either about Death Stranding or Portal 2. Cause both have pretty dang good music to listen to. Although in the case of Death Stranding, I tend to listen to just the more ambient ones instead of the intense ones, because they get a little too intense for me when I write. And it sets off my fight or flight. Oh. Those are both really good soundtracks. We'll play it by ear. I did say about an hour in I'll turn those on, so one of them. I'll have to decide. And hopefully before then I don't crush one of my joints that I almost crushed just now. Good job, me. This is a frequent occurrence. I sit cross-legged on whatever chair I'm on because for some reason I don't like touching the floor with my feet, and then it becomes a problem. Whew. Spin, 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 spin. Whee! Oh my god. Oh. We are currently at level 39. We are trucking along to get to level 40. We got quite a ways to go because for some reason the developers thought it would be a great idea for there to be 2 million XP to go through for Sora to get to level 99. It's silly. But this kind of chaos does make it makes the journey that more satisfying. Because once I get to level 99, Twilight Thorn's gonna get wrecked. He already gets toasted at level 35, so we're definitely one-cycling that sucker. It's gonna be cool. But yeah, level 39 currently. And either I don't know if I'm gonna draw it out, like not draw out the leveling, but I mean like whether it's this stream or the next stream that I do that we will get to level 40. but it will happen. Nice. Do you got the experience boost ability turned on? Because that'll be a huge help for you, no matter what you chose for the game. I think it's the shield that it takes the longest to get that ability. Okay, good, cool. Yeah, because that's gonna save you a lot of grief as long as you're at half health or below. I know it saved me a lot of grief. I think I chose sword, so I got that ability at level 9. The earliest you can get it is level 7 when you have the... I think when you pick the mage rod. I think that's the one. Yeah. I wish there was a way to get it to stack a little sooner. But I think the only other thing that has the experience boost ability is the Gullwing Keyblade, and you don't get that until after Hollow Bastion. One of the Hollow Bastion visits. That's the word. I got there eventually. Yeah. Fun fact, by the way, I have actually died in this area a couple times because I wasn't paying attention to my health bar. I got distracted, so I died on a couple of streams. I don't remember which days I did that. I probably should have kept a note. Then I could make a leveling up death compilation. It would be really short though, because I'm trying not to get wrecked in the game on stream. Yeah, taking off draws so then the HP stuff doesn't get in the way is such a huge part of that too. Because if you have draw on, it'll go crazy. Yeah. That's good. I hope your journey is going well, because I know how tedious it can be. If it helps, between like 2-ish hours you can get an average of about 4,000 XP on like a dedicated 2-hour stretch from experience. So it's a pretty good amount within that time. Sometimes you can get a little more, sometimes you get a little less depending on how you feel about the 4s and 8s and stuff. I hope in your case you haven't been driven nuts by the 4s. I got a little crazy about the numbers prior to a trip back in October. That was like, oh good, I needed the break. I had to take a break, which was good for me. Where'd the other one go? There he is. Now I'm a little bit calmer about doing some mental math to figure out how many more dusks I have to take out. Whee. Bam. Got it. Yeah. Spin. Spin. I know I can just use reversal, but sometimes I spin. It's kind of fun. Switches things up a little bit. What's gonna be hilarious is eventually when I do get to level 99 in like shoot, however many streams it takes and however many offline grinds I end up doing, because eventually I'm gonna have to just do some offline grinding so then the streams still get to experience more frequent leveling up. But however long that takes, once I get out of this place, I'll be like, oh yeah, there's this stuff coming up. I got a little bit of a sneak preview of that when I decided to test things out at level 35 just to make sure my PS4 wouldn't crash. It doesn't crash, so That's good to know. But Twilight Thorn at level 35. He gets decimated so bad. So I am very much looking forward to whatever happens at level 99. I did consider at level 50-ish beating up Twilight Thorn just for another test's sake. Yeah, that'll do it. It'll get a little longer between from experience, but you also, I don't know whether or not you're streaming it, so you might not be fighting the internet for your life with it. Because like when I was at level 35, I had like this weird stream week where like everything was breaking constantly, so I kept having like shorter streams, so I only was leveling up on stream because I'm like, I want to prove for a fact that I am doing this. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, then you'll be able to just concentrate on your gameplay. And do you put podcasts on in the background? I've always wondered what people do when they don't stream crazy things like this. Because if I wasn't streaming it, I would probably be listening to different podcasts about like maybe one of Defunctland's videos or listening to Minecraft videos in the background. 3 months. Oh shoot, yeah. Oh yeah, you'll definitely get through it. That'll be so cool. It always brings me joy when everybody does crazy stuff like this. Because then it's like, okay, I'm not the only one doing it, which means we can all cheer each other on to get through the grind. It's been teaching me a lot of patience. Yeah. If I remember right, I did see someone doing KH1, like, were you leveling up level 50? Was it like just like in general getting to level 50, or was it like on Destiny Island? Oh, yeah, that would do it. Yeah, because I think one of the places the most you can get is like 4 tech points or something blocking Tidus's attacks during a fight. It can, pardon the pun, but I guess it can be a little tedious. I'm so sorry for making the pun, it was too easy. Yeah, I can understand where that would be insanity. I'm definitely not doing a level 100 run. I will go insane for that. This is the one time where I do something like a crazy grind. That's good. That's good, yeah. It's probably much more doable when it's like you're playing through the game and then hitting level 100 throughout the game, because then you're not stuck with like small increments of XP over time. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Whee. It's gonna get extra hilarious when I get into like the above 50-ish levels, because I think one of the levels like is like 3,500 XP to go through, and I'm just like, huh, I might actually have to do the thing that I keep mentioning this every once in a while, where I'm like, okay, if I feel like doom scrolling, I'm just gonna, instead of doom scrolling, just level grind, so then that way I've moved time along a little further. To be fair, it would show in my gameplay time. It would be like, yeah, I've definitely been playing a lot longer. Yeah. That's a lot of fun, though. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because of the, it was like the, depending on which road you take, like the balanced road or early one where you level up faster or faster later. Is that what you're talking about, that? Where it's like faster leveling towards the end, or... Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that would have been... Yeah, that... Oh gosh. You are so right about that. That would have made the insanity so much worse with the amount of XP that you have to deal with in KH2. Cause like now it's just like, okay, it's getting longer and longer gaps between levels. I also don't know the correlation, but I have noticed that some levels when I'm leveling up, there's like an odd number of XP remaining, or like currently we have even numbers of XP remaining. I'm not sure what the correlation is yet. I'll have to start paying attention to the patterns, but I went through like 2 or 3 levels of uneven numbers and I was like, ugh. Oh, nice. So, if it was the path to midnight, did that make it so then you got to the level 1, like leveling up faster on the later levels? Was that it? Okay, so midnight means first 50 levels were quicker. Okay. Okay. I've not been too familiar with the game mechanics of KH2. Not KH2. Oh my gosh. Got KH2 on the brain, understandably. But my KH1 mechanics are still a little rusty. It's been ages since I beat that game. Yeah. Yeah, I can see why that would have been, like, pain. Oh, was it the other way around? Oh dear. Oh. No, that's fair. That's fair. I just remember one is like, it's about the same all the way through, and then the other two are like faster for the first 50 levels, and then faster for the last 50 levels. It took me years to actually learn that the questions do affect how you level up and stuff. I got interested in the games because of the story. I saw Marluxia once and I was like, ooh, who's this? And then I watched an entirety of someone's Read Chain of Memories playthrough, didn't understand what's going on, and then it took me, and then I don't think I ever actually watched a KH1 playthrough with all the cutscenes. I watched a KH2 one. So I knew what was going on there, but I didn't know as much with KH1. It was so funny. And then I actually got to play the game for myself, like, ages later when it started going out on collections. I played this one, but I still haven't technically finished it. Like, my first full playthrough is... I'm stuck at Saïx with that one. Birth by Sleep I've beaten, including all the way through, like, the Realm of Darkness section at the end. I played 0.2, KH3, I think I started Dream Drop Distance a while ago, but I still haven't finished it yet. I barely got past the first level because I haven't just played it in a while. And then Chain of Memories, I'm so scared of touching that because of the cards. The card system is very intimidating, and I know that I am not the most tactical player. Because if I was a tactical player, I would have beaten Saïx by now. I've got beef with him. I'm trying to think if I've missed any. I've also played a couple of the mobile games. I still have a copy of one of them on an old tablet of mine that I'm scared to reconnect the internet to because I'm scared it will update it and then nuke it off my iPad or something like. Not an iPad. It's a Samsung tablet. Not the exploding ones, thank goodness. Yeah, Saïx scares me. He got up in my face the last time I fought him, and if I had thought to just move away from him, I probably might have actually finished him off the last time I fought him. But I panicked. I wish I could clone myself so then I could coach myself through the fight. I think I also just need to watch other people's playthroughs of him on crit, even without the cheese strat with Peter Pan summon. I think if I do that, because I did that with like the Roxas fight, that one I only took about 2 tries? Yeah, I took about 2 tries. It's like on an old live stream on my YouTube channel where the audio balance was really bad. Mainly that you couldn't hear my voice unless I was like yelling. That was a pretty funny moment though. Yeah. I know of them. I haven't gotten to them just yet. The data battles also are gonna scare me so bad because I can't even. I've only beaten one absent silhouette at the moment, but with the data battles, I'm just like, oh boy. I've gotten most of the way through the Cavern of Remembrance on the main file. It's just that last glide section where I'm trying to get the last 3 or 4 puzzle pieces. I can't aim my glide as well as I'd like. So, yeah, I haven't gotten to that last nasty section of the game. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen some crazy people do like speed runs of that. They scare me. Like, they have different strategies where, like, I think they, like, fight and die to one of them. I think it was Xaldin. Or, like, they pick Xaldin first, and then they used to do, in, like, the strategy for that, they used to have Xemnas be the end data battle that they did, but they do him second, at least the last time that I watched somebody do an data org speedrun. Those are really fun to watch because it's like, whoa, they've studied. Yeah. Cavern of Remembrance so then I can get there. Then I can get beaten up by all the organization members to my heart's content. Will I enjoy it? Absolutely not. I tried fighting Sephiroth too the other day. That was so bad. I tried to do the block instead of the triangle and oof. Nice! Congrats on that. Oh shoot, I better pay. Oh shoot, I better pay attention to the dusks before they kill me. Let me get some orbs, please. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. But seriously though, congrats on the Plat trophy. That must have been like insane. Cause you gotta deal with the mushrooms, getting the keyblades. Do you have to fight Lingering Will to get the Plat? That one scares me the most. Although I did hear of it. Oh! Thanks for the follow. Sorry about my eyesight being bad, I can't read. Yeah. Lingering Will scares me. A lot of them scare me. One of these days I will learn to play games on a not the critical difficulty. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. Because it's like kind of more satisfying to cheese it. Or not satisfying to cheese it. Not as satisfying to cheese it. My brain is so fried. Which is funny because my brain should not be fried that easily. That is awesome, and also that is dedication. I've seen like some of the strats for the data fights. Oh, that's good. I don't think I'm ever gonna get the Plat trophy, but that is good to know that he's not needed for it. That is very good to know. Oh, that's true. That's true. That is very true. Alright, spin, 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 spin. I'm gonna take these 3 out and get myself a drink of water because I haven't drank in like 5 minutes or 10, maybe 15, maybe 20. I'm counting in 5s apparently. Yay, hydration. I'm also gonna do a quick check to see what that random email notification was. Nice. It's a good email. Yay! Oh! Yeah, the gummy missions. I've poked around them a bit. Like, I poked around the Agrabah ones the other day on my main file. Just to continue putting off fighting Saïx. And, yeah, the highest rank I think I've gotten on those is a C rank. I'm like, am I not doing something right? Oh well. That is some dedication. I salute you for that, because goodness me. Those can be a grind. Funny enough, with KH3 I did all the gummy missions. Those were a lot of fun. Have you played KH3? I got him. The best part of those was being able to just wander around and fly. The not so fun was trying to beat up the Schwartgeist with like the not greatest gummy ship. It's the one that's in the tornado in one of the zones. I can't remember which one, but I needed to beat it to get a specific, like, the Golden Highwind. Yeah, the Golden Highwind, that's the one. I needed the Golden Highwind so then I could beat up the Omega something in KH3. So then I could get my last Orichalum because I really wanted the Ultima weapon. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's very nice. I don't think I'm gonna end up dealing with the gummy missions, I think. I don't know. I'll see how it pans out. Don't sweat it. Don't worry about the typos. I typo quite a bit. The only time I would be like, you might want to keep an eye on typos is if you're like writing an essay for a grade or something like that for like college or school or whatever, so. Or like important announcement on a notification for a workplace. Ooh, we've made it through almost the 4,000 XP total so far, and we are... Woo! We are cooking with gas. I meant to say ahead of pace, but... I got distracted by something shiny outside my window. There's like a lamp somewhere in the distance that I always forget that it's a lamp. Because the light that comes off of it is really, really small, so it looks like a tiny star, and it confuses me every time. Wahoo! That is not the jump button. I used to play Destiny 2 ages ago before it just got too bloated for my PS4 and I wanted to play other games. And the jump button is X. So every once in a while, I could have pressed the jump button for that game. Yeah. I think I've only gotten the Ultima weapon on, just 3. I haven't gotten it on 2. And then 1 is also just as much of a grind. I think 3 was the easiest for me to get through it. There were like a couple of things that I did have to grind through. Like a couple of those, I keep wanting to call them, oh, battle gates, that's what they're called. I had to grind one of the San Francisco battle gates for like a solid while. And then the Flan missions I had to get through to be able to get the Ultima weapon. Those are fun. Oh, gotta get some orbs so then the siren stops singing to me. I do not want the siren serenading me. Huh. One of these days I will find a way to get the Ultima weapon maybe on Birth by Sleep. Maybe. Maybe I'll do that in the, what I want to call the roulette run. Yeah. Basically, the roulette run is my base controller that came with my PS4. One of the trigger buttons, I can't remember if it's L2 or R2, but one of them is kind of broken where if I press it, it just kind of holds it down. So the command wheel just starts spinning rapidly, and it's like anyone's guess of what command I'm gonna get. Yeah. I'm glad that they've optimized the Ultima weapons process to be a little bit easier over time, but like still you gotta grind for it and work for it, but it's not like gonna drive you insane sort of thing. I am glad that that has changed over time. Huh. That dusk totally missed me when he was upside down. That move used to scare me. Nowadays, all I have to do is just, I'm like, okay, I'll just walk towards it. Yeah. Birth by Sleep is so chaotic with that. That's actually hilarious. Does it like have 2 Ultima because is it because only 2 characters can get Ultima? I'm not too familiar with like getting all the Keyblades and stuff. I was just like, story time! And I was really distracted at the time when it came out that I was like, this is really reminding me of the Star Wars prequels, and it does not help that Mark Hamill is here. That game was so funny to me, because I'm like, Luke Skywalker and Spock are here. I miss Leonard Nimoy, I miss him so much. Darn. If I remember right, like... So each character could... Oh, okay, so there's like... Okay, so there's... Okay, so there's 2 Ultima weapons. Is it because one of them... Is it... Okay, so one of them is like the base Ultima weapon? And then... What's the difference between those two? I'm kind of curious. I might also look it up while I'm thinking about it, because that sounds fascinating. Oh gosh. I just found one of the searches from the last stream. I was looking up a meme origin. Yeah, I kind of was like, oh darn, had to replace Xehanort. I mean, it would have been great if we were still able to have Leonard Nimoy. You know what's sad is there's technically now 3 voice actors for Xehanort, because there was Leonard Nimoy, he passed, and then the second guy also passed, so I think we now have Christopher Lloyd for the 3rd one? I think that's who it is. Wait, let me search for the Birth by Sleep Ultima weapon. Oh. Is it something to do with the Mirage Arena or something? So one of them is the Ultima, and then the other one is different. Its name is Gimmick? Huh. Who's all the Xehanort voice actors now that I'm thinking about it? Okay, we have Leonard Nimoy. That's the Japanese voice actor. There's Christopher Lloyd, but there was a second one. Ah! My eyes! I just got flashbanged by Wikipedia. Oh, there's the English. Oh my gosh, they're including all the Ansems and Xemnases. Oh, Rutger Hauer. He was the one who, I think he also passed away too. Yep, he passed in 2019. We've had 3 older Xehanorts. That's wild. Alright, where's the YouTube babysitter? There we are. Alright, back to the grind. Oh, it's the same gimmick, not the name. Okay. No worries, I have trouble reading sometimes. I got out of practice of frequent and regular reading in like middle school, and then I had to force myself to read for all of college and high school, and I regret it. So I'm like in and out reading like halfway through some of the books that I used to read. Like just the other day, I started Christopher Paul Curtis's Bud Not Buddy. I still haven't finished the entire book, even though it's right there and I read it in elementary school. It's a good book, by the way. Very good book. I think it takes place during the Depression, because I do remember them mentioning the Hoovervilles. Okay, so first one's called Ultima and the second is called Royal Radiance. Ooh, fancy. Nice. Extra fancy. I kind of want to see what those look like. Let me beat these 3 up first. I love whenever one of them goes upside down and just completely whiffs the attack. Because it's like, oh, just like me for real. He's just like me. I too whiff my attacks. Ooh. Okay, I definitely have to look at it. Alright, what was it? It was Royal Radiance Keyblade. I love the power of autocomplete. Ooh, it does look fancy. It's got the whole helix thing going on. That is so cool. Oh, is it different between the... Oh, it is slightly different in shape between the characters. It looks like the blade and such is slightly different between the three of them. Huh. That is very interesting. Huh. Fancy. So you have to clear the Foresight unto Darkness battle, and it's in the... Oh, okay, it's Mirage Arena related. That is so crazy. Ah! I pressed a random button. Come on, thing, open. There we go. Oh, geez. Okay, it's not broken. That is so cool. I love Keyblades, they look so cool. When I was like 13 or 14 or so, and just barely getting into Kingdom Hearts stuffs, I kept designing my own Keyblades. I still have a drawing of one where it was like gold and there's like a vine around it that wraps around it. And the key teeth at the end is like a flower petal with like sunset flowers? It's like got a sunset. I was like, oh, I'll make my own Keyblade. It'll have pretty flowers and a vine. Ooh, good luck on the plat for BBS if you go for it. Or when you go for it. I think part of the thing you'll have to do is deal with the, completing the journal for all three characters. That's gonna be fun. Oh yeah, it's so pretty. I think do I still have that poster? I drew that on a poster for my room. What's funny is on the opposite side of the poster, oh, it's gone. I must have thrown it out. Which makes sense, to be fair, it was like falling apart. Darn. I also drew a yellow D20 on the outside of it later on, like after I came back from... I think after I came back from college. Because I had played my first D&D campaign during my first and second semester. That was really fun. Yeah. Fun fact, though, about that poster that was supposed to be on my door. On the other side, I wrote the phrase, "The pen is mightier than the sword." For starters, I messed up the grammar. I wrote it as the THEN and not THAN. And I should have separated one of the words, because a pen is mightier than a sword. One of the words is not very separated like it should be, so it looks kind of inappropriate. I am very thankful to my dad for telling my brother, do not say a dang word. Yeah, I think I still... there's probably a drawing somewhere. I know I've, like, drawn them multiple times in, like, little tiny notebooks. Let me see if I can find one of them. Because I know I've seen... Where are you? Little tiny notebook. I know you're here. It's like a tiny reddish notebook. It's got some like typewriting thing. I'm saying this as if you're able to help me search for it. Let's see. Wait. Oh, I think I found it. Oh my gosh! I found one of the little foldables full of Keyblades! Oh my goodness! Oh, this is a delight. Oh, this rose blade does not look great. Another one that's a rock, one that's based on a cloud, a chainsaw. And that one was a work in progress. For some reason I called it a Digiblade. and another one that's based off of a rocket. And bubbles. Are there any more on the other side? Nope. And of course, it's drawn on the back of a church handout. Oh, and there's one based off of wizards. Oh my gosh. Oh, is it here? Is he? I found it! I found it. It was for my OC. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I found that. That is so cool. Alright, time to see if I can get a decent-ish picture. Thankfully, I do not share a name with my OC. So I can put it there. That is so wild. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out where I'll put it. I could just put it on all 3 of the social media platforms. Oh dear, I have to rotate the image. Hang on. That's a crime. Let me just rotate that real quick. Yeah. Oh, I've remembered where a lot of things are, because I used to focus on them so much. I was I was very obsessed with Kingdom Hearts back during this era. Why is it not rotating? There we go. Okay, there's the blue sky one. It's taking 20 years to load. There's the Twitter one. I'm putting the same caption on there. Almost the same caption. I'm gonna add Blast from the Past for the Twitter post. And the YouTube one. That way it is still accessible regardless of whether anyone has an account on either of those cursed social media websites. I've never done a Twitch story, actually. Let me give that a try. This will be a first. Alright, go to Twitch. Let's see if I can do that. I've never done this before. How do I post a Twitch story? What am I doing? Okay, is it under that? Am I actually gonna Google how to use a Twitch story? I'm pretty sure there's a way to do it, I just don't know how yet. Can I not search? I'll just search it on Google. How to post a Twitch story. Okay, you can post a story button where it appears in your Twitch app. Huh. There's a plus button apparently? But I'm live, so that might cause shenanigans. I wonder if... Okay, my channel... No, that's not it. Can I do that while live? I want to post a Twitch story while streaming. Tap your profile picture or the plus. But is this on the phone though, or is it on phone? The heck? Yeah, Twitch mobile app. Okay, the plus button on your avatar from the home page, you're in creative mode. Creative mode. I'm so silly. Okay, the struggle is with the plus button. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, it might have to be done after. Darn. Where did it go? Where are you? And I'm so sorry. I cannot seem to find the button to post a little Twitch story. Sorry. Well, that's not it. Why does it think... I didn't know I had Prime. Okay, cool. Good to know. Apparently I have Twitch Prime. Did not realize that. Alright. I'm gonna puzzle solve after the stream. Okay. Before I turn around, I'm gonna make sure I actually took out these 3. Yeah, I knew I didn't take out those 3. Okay, there it is. Yeah. Now, sorry about that. On the YouTube end, it is accessible theoretically without an account, but I will make a mental note to post that on the Twitch story, because yeah. I'm so glad that I thought about that and stuff. I'm also glad that you mentioned about posting on the Twitch story. I need to use those more often, because there are so many silly things that I could definitely... I used to draw so many weapons, it's ridiculous. Oh gosh, there's short stories in here too. Are there more? Are there more designs in here? Aha, I knew there was one more. Oh, they're little stabs. Yeah. I used to do lots of drawing props. But yeah, that particular Keyblade, once I show it on the story, it'll make a lot more sense from the description I've made. I think I drew... Did I draw leaves on it? I don't think I drew leaves on the base design. No. I think I added the leaves on the poster, which I don't have anymore. Darn. To be fair, I wouldn't have posted the poster because it has my name on it, and I'm like, we'll stick with my name is Yellowfang, and it will stay Yellowfang. The OC's name is not my name, thank goodness. Yeah. I think I also named the Keyblade Sunlit Lilies, which is kind of silly because the petals are definitely not lily petals. Yeah. And that OC has definitely changed over time. I don't even remember what she started off as. But nowadays, she specializes in air magic. Woohoo! And she's transformed into less of a Kingdom Hearts OC and more to an original character and stuff. And she has a bestie whose weapon is a saxophone. Good times. One day I'll write that story out completely. That'll be lots of fun. I'm glad I didn't get rid of any of those little pieces of paper that I used to draw on all the time, though. Because, like, I went to, like, early morning seminary when I was in high school. So, like, at the crack of dawn, I'm dead tired. I'm probably zoning out during the class. And anytime there were paper handouts, I would collect them, turn them over, and draw little, like, people or different things on them. I just spent a lot of time drawing and doodling. It was fun. It was lots of fun. Good times. Whew. How am I doing so far on XP? Why am I looking at the board? Oh, wow. How much is that? Like almost 4,000-ish, maybe a little more? Maybe a little over 4,000. Woohoo! More than 4,000 XP. Yeah! Oh, I'm glad you were able to see it. I'm like, which social media place do I post this on? And I'm like, well, YouTube doesn't require an account to be there, so... Because I totally understand not having a Twitter account. The only reason I keep mine is because I don't want anyone impersonating me on Twitter.com, and I'm only calling it Twitter. And then Blue Sky's a little bit niche, I guess? It's not very frequently used, so I totally understand not getting an account there. But YouTube, you can get away with not having an account on there and just watching at random. Yeah. Yeah, it's a feature for, I can't remember if you have to have an account for a certain amount of time. Because my account is old. Like, it is old. I've had it since, before Google bought YouTube. And I had to switch from using a Yahoo email to log in to using a Gmail account to log in. But yeah, you can do that. You can also, on those posts, you can also post a poll. I think you can add a link to, like, any of your YouTube videos that you upload, like, to give updates and stuff. Like, on my YouTube account, whenever I announce that a stream's happening, I post that, and then I also post the YouTube and the Twitch link, like, just on the off chance that someone might prefer to watch through Twitch or something like that. It took a while to do the setup for the multi-streaming, by the way. It was so funny. It was comedy, actually. Because I think I had to update Stream Elements Live, and now every time I boot up OBS, it's like, hey, you crashed, and I'm like, no, I didn't. I closed it properly. Although the next time I update it, I'm gonna have to deal with some shenanigans, because I updated it on my desktop, and oh boy, it was having a fit for a little bit. I'll have to do a test run on the desktop later before I even consider updating it on my laptop. The laptop is the one doing the streaming, by the way. It's not the fanciest thing in the world, but it works. It was able to run Destiny 2 on it, and only crashed during the cutscenes, so... It gets the job done. It gets the job done. Yeah. Yeah. I should draw more. I have drawn lots and lots too. Like, one year, I really like Hermitcraft and the Life series and stuff. And one of the participants in the community made up a sort of Inktober prompt list a couple years back. So I decided to do that, and I drew on sticky notes, and it was lots of fun. It was so much fun. I think I digitized a couple of them, like I did a digital copy of it, like a digital redraw of a few of them. Including one where one of the characters was like flying with the wings and there was like the sun behind them. Lots of fun. Yeah. I hope I have the energy to do that again. Because that was lots of fun. And I think I'll definitely use the sticky note strat. Definitely sticky notes. I don't know what it is. I think it's because it's a small canvas. It makes it easier for me to manage the scaling. Like, the bigger the canvas, the harder it is for me to scale where I want things to be. But if I limit myself to a small space, then I'm like, okay, I can place this here. I can do that there. I can... yeah. Honestly, it's not that different from my drawing on scrap paper days. Yeah. Maybe next year at the beginning, since they're are 31. Yeah, there are 31 days in October. And there's 31 days in January. Maybe, that might be a bit ambitious. I was gonna be like, maybe I'll redraw all of those sticky notes from all those years ago. It'd still be fun. But, ooh boy. Guys, can you not kill me for 2 seconds, please? I'm thinking about drawing things again. Because it was fun, and I had to figure out drawing references. Like, for one of the drawings, I looked up, someone, like, kneeling down to plant something for gardening, so that way I could have, like, a pose reference for someone placing redstone. That was the vision I had. And just the other day, I, like, stared at my hand for, like, 5 to 10 minutes and gave myself a wrist cramp from tilting my hand a certain way to be able to draw the back of a hand. Hands are hard to draw sometimes, but unless, like, if I stare at them and I first, like, think of them in forms of, like, boxes, then it's a little easier. But I have to put them in box form first. I did that once with, I think I was trying to draw Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist. I was trying to draw his hand and his arm. I think I also drew another character, like, I don't even know what the character was for, but this character, she had, like, a mechanical hand. So I drew the mechanical hands. Those are easier to draw because it's like, okay, there's the finger joints here, there's the hand here, this is where it bends and stuff. That sort of thing. I should draw more mechanical stuff. Maybe I could be a mech artist. I think of lots of things. Lots of things. Yay! Oh my gosh, we've gotten over 4,000 XP. Woohoo! I am on track. And once I get in and out of this door, I need to drink some water again. Do I still have enough water in my water bottle, though? I should. I should definitely have enough. Hello, water. Yay! Oh, water is the best. There we go. For a second I thought I felt something akin to a burp, but it wasn't a burp. I'm glad I didn't. Very glad I didn't. I'm trying to think of whether I did a redraw of that Keyblade, the one that I posted. I'm trying to remember if I ever did a redraw besides the little poster that I made for my door. But I can't for the life of me remember if I have. If I did draw it again, I would probably do something kind of like how the hand guards on Kyrie's Keyblade are, with like the little heart shape thing going on. I think I would do something like that. There's another one that I remember drawing too, where it was based on a clock theme. So like the main blade part was a hour hand, and then the minute hand was like the teeth of the key. And I think the guards had numbers on them like an analog clock. At least that's probably how I would draw it these days. And I think the keychain was a stopwatch or a pocket watch type deal. That was my vision for that. It was very black and blue themed. It had a kind of like a midnight-ish color scheme. That's a 4. I would like an 8. No! Don't dodge me, sir. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. There's another one of those Keyblade designs that's on the other side that's based on autumn leaves. It's definitely needing some work. Like the handguard is meant to be shaped like a longer, thinner leaf, and then the autumn leaves are the teeth. I bet I could make it like a little bit more like fanned out, like a leaf pile or something like that. But in the moment it was just leaves. Those are always fun. Designing Keyblades was always really fun. Designing weapons is also really fun. Maybe I'll do that again. Design more props and maybe I'll Ooh. I don't know if I'd actually do it because I don't currently have the workspace to do so, but it would be fun to make my own prop weapons that I could like take to a convention one day or something like that. I wouldn't necessarily sell it. It would just be my prop. It would be mine. Mine! Maybe I'll learn how to carve foam and start from there. I would have to make sure that it can pass con inspection. Because if I learned how to make my own props, that would definitely open a lot of possibilities for me. I'm very much a store-bought or shop-bought cosplayer, or I pull random pieces from my closet and go from there and piece things together. I have yet to sew something for a cosplay. It'd be fun to do that. I have been thinking about doing that. I'm actually setting up to make a prop to dress as Hera based on Epic the Musical. She's literally in that musical for like one song, for like a few lines. So I've got like this peacock feather thing that I'm gonna wrap in gold thread to like make it look a little more royal. Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. 3D printers are so awesome. I should have paid more attention in class because I had the opportunity to learn how to make the mapping for that, and I did not take it. I would have been mapping from AutoCAD. CAD programs are so cool. That is so awesome. Building stuff is so fun. I need to do that more. Well, maybe less need, more like I just want to do that more, because then I can have stuff. And then it'll be a representation of my hard work and time dedicated to the thing. Yeah, exactly! If I had thought about that and like put more effort into the 3D modeling aspect, I could have like learned how to map out that Keyblade. I probably would have made it small, like a little keychain version of it, so then it probably also would have been all one color because we only had so much filament color in the school. Still though, that would have been awesome. Then again, it's not like I can't learn. I can learn. Would it be a struggle? Of course, but I mean, I'm also fighting dusks for 2.5, 3 or so hours on a almost weekday basis. just to get to level 99, so I'm not a stranger to the grind anymore. I'll add that to my list of things that I want to learn. Yeah. If you end up learning how to make those things, you are welcome to use the design because it's a fun little design. Just make sure that if you start doing like business stuff, make sure to be like, yeah, this is the original designer of the thingamabobber. Yeah. That'd be pretty sick. Yeah. One day I will build my own tiny keyblades. Just like those little keyblade charms. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's like, yeah, this is the OG designer. I have made the things. Teamwork! Yay! Yeah. I could probably make one out of foam. Ooh! I just thought of something. I could try making one out of, like a little version of the Keyblade design out of, polymer clay. I think that's what it is. Polymer clay? The little colorful clay things. I think you have to, do you have to bake them? I think you have to bake them. I might have to search that. Wait, let me check. Is it polymer clay? Polymer clay. I'll just look up the polymer clay ID. Okay, yes, it is what I'm thinking of. Ooh. Maybe I'll go to my craft store on the weekend. Make a little polymer clay version of my Keyblade. That'd be so cool. Because I can imagine, like, making the little petals and the little vine to wrap around it. Shoot. Oh, that's joyful. Yeah. Oh, that's a 4. That's okay. Yeah. Gotta get this one, and then 3 more to get 24. Oh, jeez. I got distracted by something shiny in the corner of the room. It's not really that shiny. Oh! I could actually do that! I haven't pierced my ears, because I'm a coward when it comes to needles or the Claire's piercing gun. To be honest, it's probably not exactly the most sanitary to use the Claire's piercing gun, so... But... I do have those, like, little ear cuff thingies. And I do have, like, small rings, so if I made, like, a polymer clay wayfinder earring, that'd be so cool! Shoot! Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I get... Oh my gosh. It's so funny too, with the needles, like... I'm fine with getting, like, shots, but I always warn whenever the person that is giving me the shot, like, I'm like, okay, I'm letting you know, I get scared of needles. Don't tell me when you're gonna do it. I'm gonna look away, and when I look away, you just do it whenever it's gonna happen. Like, that's fine. I have to look away. And then, other times, like, those I'm fine with, but... There's been a couple of times where I've had to get my blood drawn. Like, one of them was for a TB test to make sure I didn't have tuberculosis before I was, going traveling. And, oh my gosh, I was such a baby about it. I was crying. And I was like, This was when I was 20, and I was crying to my mama. I'm like, Mama! The lady drawing my blood was not very nice. I'm like, man, you're mean. The next time I got my blood draw, I was getting blood work to see if there was something wrong with me or something like that. Turns out I just had low iron. But I did warn... I warned the lady drawing my blood. I was like, hey, I might pass out. I'm gonna give you a heads up about that. Because it was one of those ones where you can't eat before doing the blood draw. So I'm like, ooh. I did in fact pass out, but that's what the little arm thing sitting there in front was for. She was super nice. That gal was super nice about it, and I'm glad I brought a Snickers and a juice box with me to that appointment so that I could eat that afterwards. Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with shots-ish as long as I don't look at them. Blood draw, oh boy. Scary. I'm like, that's not supposed to be out and about. That's supposed to stay indoors. Anyway. Yeah. But yeah, earrings. Back to earrings. No more needle talks. No more mentions of the stabbies. But yeah. Huh. I could definitely do that, because I've done that where I've gotten like a little charm of a parrot and made one with that. There's like some other charms that I've made little ear cuff earrings for myself with. Because it's like, hey, I found a way to put things on my ears without piercing them. I also have a couple of clip-ons where you, like, some of them are the pinchy ones. And then the others are the ones that, like, kind of have, like, the loop thing, and then you kind of screw them in, but, like, it's just, like, using, a small amount of pressure to stay on. I think there's still a couple of pinchy ones left, because I really like the design of those. They do kind of hurt the earlobes after a while, though. Oh, that would be so cool. That would be awesome to have an anklet of Wayfinder. That is so cool. You've got some really cool ideas, by the way. If you ever make a shop, please tell the Kingdom Hearts community. They will love it. Just be careful, of course, of like what the guidelines are on making fan or fan-related merch for your own safety, obviously. Yeah. Maybe I'll mess with polymer clay sometime, either this year or next year. Probably next year. I'm gonna see how the rest of the last couple weeks of the year play out. They still steal credits and profits, yeah. Aww. I wish that there was a way to, like, for fans to, like, work with the IP, where, like, it's like a lower budget licensing, so then they can still actually make the stuff. Like, kind of like a partnership, so then the really cool stuff that people make, like, that way it's like a teamwork and it's a win-win for everybody. I wish there was a way to do that. Because lots of people do amazing things with fan merch and fan art. Like, lots of amazing stuff. Because some of the, like, the standard stuff that gets mass-produced ends up kind of being, like, eh. But if it's, instead of being, like, one distributor and maker, it's, like, hundreds of different distributors and makers with varying, like, things. I mean, yeah, it would be, like, a bit of a pain to, like, keep track of all the stuff. Of, like, okay, this person does these things and that things and those things. But in the end, it would evenly distribute all of the weight of production across a bunch of people, and it would add to some variances and stuff, maybe. I didn't take business classes, so I would probably get roasted by a business major for some reason or something, but I don't know. There's probably a way to work that out. Maybe. It would be so cool though. Because then that way it's not just slapped on one big investor who, or one big company that may or may not do some quality stuff. Yeah. The curse of wanting to do one thing, mass production, the easy way possible. Understandable, but gosh darn it. I'll need to check my local craft store to see if there's polymer clay, and then I'll have to learn it. And I'll also need to make sure I have a workspace set up. I know of a space that I can make into a workspace. I'll have to just make it a little bit more workable. Or I could just use the dining room table and just make sure there's something over the top of the tablecloth. That's what it's called, tablecloth. That'd be kind of fun to poke around with that. And the best part is I already have a blueprint drawn out, so I could mess around with that. I would also have to, for the pedal part, that might be tricky because I would have to blend at least 3 different colors to try to make the sunset thing going. I think that would be the trickiest part. And I could still make the little leaf keychain, although I might change the keychain end of the little keyblade. If I do go for making that thing a real thing, I will have to do some brainstorming of how I would set it up. And I tend to think a lot about things before I actually, like, make the decision to do the thing. Which is both to my benefit and detriment. Whee! That would be pretty cool. Yeah. That would be a fun little stream, arts and crafts. I'd have to figure out a way to set up a camera. I could probably use my ancient... I do have a phone that has to be plugged in all the time to function. I could probably rig that to be the camera instead of fighting for my life with like a document camera or something. Maybe. I don't think I can hook up a digital camera to that, to OBS. I don't think I have the cord for that either. I have an old digital camera from like 2008. I think it has a cable that you could use to plug in to the computer, but that would be pretty cool if I did do that. Yeah. Shoot, I don't even remember when I started streaming though, with the anniversary thing. I guess I could make September 24th. That's when I started doing the, that's when I started streaming the, level 99, I say in air quotes because I'm not at level 99 yet, run. Basically, that's when I started doing streaming again on a regular basis. Because I've been off and on over the years. Did a couple of Destiny 2 streams, like one of them was when I was playing the Forsaken campaign and got my butt kicked. That was a lot of fun. And then I think I streamed some Minecraft a couple times? Yeah, I've definitely done a couple of those, because I did a stream of when I'm making this Minecraft map called The Bakery, where this former civilization had buildings made out of giant baked goods. Like one of them is a jelly-filled donut. The jelly is missing because it got eaten, but yeah. Oh yeah, like maybe. Does it? I'll have to look into that of when I started streaming. I can't remember if I saved my first ever stream on Twitch. That'd be kind of funny to find out. I wonder if I did save it. Yeah. I do remember, I think, seeing something, because they do keep track of, like, how old your account is on, like, although Reddit and Twitter are different, but, like, I think it should technically keep track of that. Where would it be? I definitely can't mess around with the Twitch mobile app. It won't do anything for me. I probably shouldn't mess around with the internet on the laptop while it's streaming. Let's see. I think I can poke around my Twitch on the desktop. I'll try that in just a second once I take out these three. I've probably gotten an email at some point too. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe I should check the email first. Be worth checking. I'll try the email. Let's see. Okay, don't want to spoil myself for the other email that I got. Okay, let's see. Let's try anniversary. Let's try searching this inbox. Wrong one. Let's try this one. Anniversary, nope. 10th anniversary, nope. No, that's just a 10th anniversary of the Twitch. I'll probably have to look through the whatchamacallit. I'll try that. Alright, time to wake up all of the computers. Let's do a power overload. I'm just kidding, it's not gonna power overload. I will cry if it does. Let's see. While Firefox is starting up, I'll walk us back down the hill. That way it's not like I'm doing nothing at all between shenanigans. Hello, Twitch. I bet. No, that's the dashboard. Account settings? Let's see, channel. I don't know if it says when I joined. Would it say when I joined? I was about to be like, wait a minute, let me check and make sure that this thing's muted, but I'm pretty sure it's muted. Because the desktop does not work without speakers. I cannot get into my channel. I just want to get to my page. Okay, let me get down the hill again. It has done that before, by the way, the stream glitching. I have heavily dropped frames. I'm having a surprisingly good week. Knock on the piano wood. But yeah, I've had instances where my Wi-Fi just gets really mean to me and disconnects. So my VODs get like split into multiples. The only time it's gotten really bad is one time it split so badly that it broke the YouTube connection as well. Because YouTube runs a little bit further behind than Twitch does. And when that happened and it stayed disconnected for too long, it turned off the YouTube stream. And then when it reconnected, I had to restart the connection. Yeah, I do! Funny enough, the console and the television setup is... it's on the piano. It's probably not healthy for the piano. I feel bad for it. And because the laptop is on the piano bench, I haven't played the piano in a while, and before that, there was a box of old VHSs on top of the piano bench. Yeah. But I did used to play a lot more. I used to play lots and lots. I definitely couldn't, like, sight read, and I struggle with playing songs with two hands. But I can figure it out. Yeah. That's so cool. That is so cool. Piano's a fun instrument, because you just press button, it plays notes, as long as your piano is in tune. Although sometimes when the piano's out of tune, it sounds just as cool. It sounds kind of like... Scary? No, maybe not scary. Kind of sad-ish? Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sorry. I know there's a piano solo, but a lot of times the Piano Man song is most noted for the harmonica section. I think that's hilarious. Oh my gosh, holy smokes. We've definitely done about, what, 5,000-ish XP? I am cooking. Wee. Wee. Yeah. Ooh. That's nice. I have... Okay, it's... I don't know what it's called. It's not... I think it's an upright? I think I also have an upright. I can't remember what the types of pianos are. I'm gonna look that up. We used to have another upright piano in the house. It's definitely not a grand. That would not fit in my room. That would be the room. Types of pianos. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it is an upright. What are you? Oh my gosh, there's so many different types. Why is the picture of a digital piano the type that I am most familiar of on the Google search? That's not what I'm looking for though. I want types of pianos. Oh, it's a spinet. I think I have a spinet piano. Yes, that's the one. Yeah. I had to do some searching. I'm like, okay, I know it's not an upright, because I've seen an upright where it's like kind of tall. But yeah. Spinet, that's the one. I think it used to be my grandparents, because it got moved in there after my last grandparent passed. And I remember seeing it in their home when I would visit them. So it ended up with us. And then somehow it got up the stairs. And then I had to get some help migrating it from one room to my room. Oh yeah, it's old. It's a lovely piano. It's like got some sort of like square like weaving with the metal on the screen that like keeps up the... I know what it's called. Music stand. What's its name? Oh, the name of the piano type is It starts with an A. A-C-R... something. Oh, there's another name. Built by Baldwin. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I think I learned how to play the Tron theme on there. Just like the main melody of the one from Legacy. And then at one point I learned the song Safe and Sound, the one that's in the Hunger Games. I kind of played that one out by ear. That one was fun. I don't think I remember how to play that anymore though, which is kind of sad. Because I got out of practice. I think I made up a couple of songs too. I even printed out some blank sheet music to try to, what's it called? I want to say transpose it, but I don't think that's the right word. Transcript it? It's when you write the notes. Maybe it is composed. No, I don't remember. But yeah, I did that, and then sometimes when I mess around with digital music, I use the piano to figure out how I want the tune to sound. Or if I'm translating something from the guitar, I don't know what the note is off the top. I don't think I've showed it this stream, but the Be Right Back screen has a song that I've made in BandLab. And then the stream intro, I also put that together. Funny enough, the stream intro kind of reminds me of Durivacat's song Voices, which was a tribute to Technoblade. So I'm like, huh, I think that was not intentional, but I've kind of kept it around the song, I mean. Because it doesn't sound exactly like it. It just has the, do-do-do-do-do riff. Because I was trying to get an upbeat vibe for the stream start when I was making the starting stream music and screen. That was a lot of fun. Makes me sound like a surfer sometimes though, with the do 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 do. I might be slightly off of key with that. So much fun. Yeah. And the Be Right Back one is like, I keep making up songs where it's it's not like it's not a 3/4, it's a 4/4 time. So it's like quarter note, half note. But at kind of a faster pace, so it's like do 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 do. And I used to know how to play that on the guitar, but I can't remember. Oh shoot. That probably makes sense, because like some people, a lot of people do have their Twitch accounts mainly just for watching stuff instead of streaming, so that does make sense. Yeah. It might be a little bit while before I hit affiliate or partner. That's the dream one day. If I do that, I'm gonna need to make sure to do, well, I mean, in order to get affiliate, I would have to do some onboard setup. Yeah, I play guitar. I learned some chords back in college. I took a guitar class because I needed a class for, I think it was either an elective or something. And I was like, hey, I might as well, so I brought my guitar with me and I learned guitar. I don't exactly remember how to play some of the songs that I learned, but I did end up learning at least 3 Linkin Park songs, because those ones are really surprisingly easy to learn. I learned Numb, What I've Done, and In the End, but those were just on my own time. Oh, that's so cool! I think one of the ones that I learned in class was Hey Jude. And I made it even sadder by replaying some sections of the song. after you get into the na 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 sounds. I wish I could demonstrate it without it breaking my audio from my mic. Yeah. No, just I think it's an acoustic guitar. It's got steel strings, I think. I've had to replace the strings and I probably need to replace them again, but I still haven't replaced them in a while. It'd be cool to play electric, but no, I just got acoustic. I can't even remember where we got it from either. I think it used to be my sister's. Unless she had a nylon string guitar. I cannot remember for the life of me if she had a nylon or a string one. A nylon or a string? I meant steel. Are those steel strings? It's been so long since I replaced the strings. Probably too long. It's been a while since I tuned it. I also play the flute. I'm not very good because I didn't practice as much as I should when I learned in middle school. So I know some notes, but I'm noticing a pattern of my early years of like, oh, I've learned just enough to be able to get by. I don't need to learn anymore. And then it's come back to bite me in the butt. So I'm mediocre at a lot of things. I can learn more though. I think I still have my 6th grade flute book. Uh-oh. Oh no. Hang on a second, let me double check something. Did it break? I have to reload a screen. Nope, that is not the button. I just saw purple and clicked. There we go. For some reason, the screen wasn't playing out like I thought it was. I was like, uh-oh. That's no bueno. Ooh, that's cool. That is classic teenager shenanigans. Hey, when you're a teenager, playing an electric guitar is way cool. I mean, it still is pretty cool. There was this one kid, in my middle school, for the middle school talent show that they did at the end of the year. He, like, I can't remember what solo he did, but I remember him absolutely shredding on the guitar. It was so cool. That's super awesome. That is so cool. Guitars are so fun, because, like, not only do you get to play multiple notes at the same time, it has a sound to it. I don't know how to explain it. But it's a lovely sound. Oh, 4/4s. Oh, and the 4/4s are gone. Whee! Spin, 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 spin. Oh, they got me. Oh my gosh. I've almost gone through about 6,000 XP. Hooray. It's going swimmingly. Every once in a while, still on topic of guitars, every once in a while during like springtime era, I go and sit on my back porch. I get my phone voice recorder thing set up, and I just chill in the backyard, improvise a song that's usually like 3 notes in a 3/4 times, and it's so pretty much the same vein as the do 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 do. And and then I just improvise lyrics. It's happened on a yearly basis at this point. Almost a yearly basis. I thought about drawing like little maybe storyboard animations or something of that. Picture music videos? I thought about drawing out picture music videos of those songs. They definitely won't sound perfect, that's for sure. Because some days my voice is like great, and then other days I am constantly out of key. There's a voice crack or two. And then also just when improvising songs, I end up not getting the words that I want. A lot of fun though. There was one year, the one that I remember the most, I made up a song and I talked about how we used to have strawberries in the backyard in a little garden area that we set aside. I remember them, and I also remember talking about these rose bushes that are so big. They grow taller than I am. I'm like 5 foot something, on the low end of the 5 foot scale. So I talk about how if I don't trim them back, they'll grow into trees, and that's not what they are. That's literally one of the lyrics. It was just fun to... It was just so much fun to... It's fun to improvise lyrics for those, and just observe the world around me. Maybe one day when it's a little warmer again, maybe I'll go out to like some other, like either a forested area or a desert area, and just pull up a folding chair, sit out there, record playing the guitar, and improvise whatever I talk about seeing out there. It's fun to do that. It's just the words that I improvise though. I can't quite improvise chords. I would need to practice a little more to feel more confident in picking up chords. Could always do the 4-chord progression of C, G, E, and what was the other one that's used a lot more? C, G, E, and it's not F, is it? I don't think it's F. I remember the F chord very vividly because it hurts my hand. I had to use that though for that specific chord for... It was one of Nate Wants to Battle's songs. I cannot remember if... I don't think... Was it Nightmare? No, it was No More. That was the one. It was one of his Five Nights at Freddy songs. It was No More. That was the one that I also learned. I learned that one for my... Was it my guitar final, or was it... No, it was one of my exams for my guitar class. Because we had to pick a song on our own that we could learn from that. I had my dog with me during those years too. She was my emotional support my last couple of years of college, actually, now that I think about it. Or university. I realized that there is actually a difference for a lot of people with that one. It's used often interchangeably in the States. But my last couple of years of getting my bachelor's degree, my dog was with me during those years as my emotional support, so most classes she was... I made sure to double check with the teachers ahead of time. I was like, hey, can she come and sit in with the class? And she was so well behaved. She would sometimes ask for pets from my seat neighbors. She was especially loved during my discrete math class. Like, there was one time she got scared of the fire alarm because it kept chirping. So I took her home, and they're like, oh, I hope she's feeling better. I'm like, oh, my girl's loved. Yeah. Ooh, nice. It's nice to be warm. I will only say that I'm a Pacific Coast person. Yeah. I've been around. Okay, I've not been in. Okay, the only time I've been in North Carolina was when I landed there on my way for getting back to school. Because I went to school in Virginia. Because I was like, I am going to go to college across the country like a maniac. It was good. It was good for me. I'm very glad I went. I got to experience the humidity. It did wonders on my skin, oh my gosh. I kind of miss the humidity sometimes. Sometimes it can get humid where I'm at, but yeah. Humid times. Yeah. I think I've been to Florida once. No, twice. Twice. I lied. Yeah. Because once was, my mom was going to like a work training thing. So she went to that. And then after the work training thing, she was like, hey, let's go to Universal and stuff. And so we did, and it was a lot of fun. We had a blast. We went on roller coasters. We went on, I think it was the Dragon Challenge one in Universal. This was like years ago, and we were there just after they stopped the dueling function, where they had to desync the coasters because someone's coin in a pocket took out someone's eye. That kind of sucked. But I'm glad I got to experience that. That was a lot of fun. Scary, but fun. Yeah. The other time I was in Florida was for a work conference. That was chaotic. That work conference was so crazy. Not like anything crazy happened, but it was just like, oh wow, this is a lot of stuff going on here. It was very corporate advertising for product type thing instead of learning the technical side of the program. I used to be a IT professional for a school district, and one of the SIS systems, we would go to a conference for that to like learn some of the new tools and things because we were going to a newer version. Yeah. I think they also cleared the Dragon Challenge ride because I think there were other reasons besides the dueling function incident. I know it used to be a dueling roller coaster, but by the time I got there, they had desynced it. I think they changed that one out for, if I remember right, they changed that out for the Hagrid's Forbidden Forest ride, where they like at one point like go up to the end of a it's one of those ones where like the track switches and you go backwards. I've seen someone take a video of when they were on the ride or something like that. That's the extent of my knowledge of that park now. That was fun though. It was good times. Yeah. Yeah. The one where it was my work conference, that visit to Florida was so funny though. Cause it was right near, it was near Disney World, and they gave us like a ticket to be able to go to Epcot for a day. So we're like, yay, we get to go. And I think half of the group wanted to do the drink around the world thing. We barely got through one. I wasn't in the mood for any drinks at the time. I think I had a virgin pina colada. It was good though. That was really good actually. But it was so funny, mainly because the Epcot ball, I wouldn't stop staring at it because I was thinking about that one Vine. I can't remember whose Vine it was. Where it's the video of, oh hey, which girl do you like? And it's like, the Epcot ball, and they're like, oh, well, I like such and such, and then the guy's just thinking, Epcot. It's funnier in Vine form. Yeah. If I ever go there again, I will explore a lot more. I got to have some desserts though, and I got to view the fireworks. I still have video of the fireworks, actually. I was like, my battery's dying, but I can still take videos of these pretty fireworks in this fireworks show. Good old fireworks. Yeah. Yeah. I still have I think the top favorite of mine of Vines, is the roadwork one. Because it's honestly the gift that keeps on giving, especially, because for a couple years, I would drive across the country to get to my school because I got sick of flying. So anytime I saw a roadwork sign, I'd be like, roadwork ahead. And if I think a couple times one of my best friends was driving with me, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, stop!" Or she'd join in and be like, "Yeah, I hope it does." Still a favorite. Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad there were lots of good ones that ended up surviving beyond Vine's existence. Some of them I'm like, I don't really like that one, but other ones I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the best one ever. I'm trying to think of ones that I ended up still liking. Yeah. Oh, which one was it? Free Shavakadu is also really funny. I just realized a lot of the ones that I think are really funny are just because people are misreading signs. Like another one that's also hilarious is the one where the guy with like the sign for the Quiznos is just spinning the Quiznos sign, and the girl taking the video is like, I don't know which way the Quiznos is. Because the sign's spinning around, how do you know which way it is? Yeah. Oh. Occasionally there are some TikToks that I've come across where I'm like, yeah, this would have done numbers on Vine. Especially the videos that are like shorter, where it's like setup, bam, punchline. It's amazing how much you can do in 6 seconds. Like some of those Vines felt longer than 6 seconds. Yes, Thomas! Oh my gosh. Thomas Sanders' Vines were so fun. He still does stuff. He's on YouTube. I think he does some like unscripted content with friends and stuff, and then he also does scripted content. Like I got super obsessed with one of his scripted series, The Sanders Sides. I'm mispronouncing it. Sanders Sides. There we go. That's a fun series to get into. Not as fun when you're waiting for whatever next episode might eventually come. Yeah. I know that there was one that's been filmed and is in the editing process in recent months, so... Eventually I will go and watch back through the entire series again, and then be like, wow, things have changed for these characters over time. smokes, I'm down to the 3,000s. I did not expect to get that much. Wow. I wonder. There's one thing I need to do tomorrow, because I don't stream on Wednesdays, so then I don't burn myself out during the week. I think I need to properly make a graphic for the like general stream schedule of like I stream on these days at this time, so then that way like on social media, and then maybe I'll try to can you pin post on YouTube? I'll figure out if I can pin post on YouTube. I know you can set up like a Twitch schedule on Twitch. I've poked around it a couple times and I'm like, okay, how do you work this thing? I'll have to poke around it some more. Maybe I'll do that. But it would be good to make it so then that way if somebody like didn't know when I was like streaming or something like that, like one, there's like a graphic on the social medias, and then two, there'd also be the schedule on the Twitches. Yeah. I think you have to schedule each stream individually. I think that's what was like making me like, ugh, I don't want to do that. But maybe I just need to buckle in and do it. Yeah. I'll definitely poke around in that post-stream, because basically what I do every time I finish a Twitch stream, I finish the stream and then I go to the video producer page because it doesn't have the VODs automatically published. And then I publish the VOD, I set up the VOD to download onto a hard drive that I can, if I want to edit any of the videos on there later, just basically so then I have a record of it. Even though there is technically a copy on YouTube, I just like downloading the backup copies onto a hard drive for some reason. I don't know. It's very silly. But then that way I don't have to worry about using the Twitch highlights and such. And then maybe on the off chance that something happens to the YouTube VOD, I can have a backup. So. Ooh. Goodness me. Yeah, and then once I've downloaded the thing, what else do I do? But yeah, while I'm doing that process, I can probably, like once I start the download for it, I can probably poke around in the stream scheduler and set up the scheduling. Fridays are always the ones where I have, like, I call it my flex days, because like oftentimes I end up on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays streaming. And then sometimes I stream on Fridays, but it can be flexible just because every once in a while one of my friends is like, hey, let's hang out together in a game. And I'm like, absolutely, let's do that. So. Because gotta hang out with some of my friends in real life too. And I'm already streaming like 3 times a week at minimum, so I'm doing swell. It's a lot of fun. I always get a little bit nervous before I start, but I'm like, it's fine. You got the schedule. You already know what to do. You already know what you're planning on. Yeah. Yeah, once I start doing the level 99 one, I might like once I hit level 99 on this one and start going through the game itself, maybe I'll like at least one of the days in the week do a different game every once in a while just to shake things up. At the same time, I've been constantly streaming KH2, so I'll figure that. I'll get to that. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Yeah. Yeah, I love my friends. My friends are great. We sometimes play on a Minecraft server all at the same time. Sometimes we just are on the server intermittently. Yeah. Like just yesterday post stream, I had my Minecraft character next to my little paper farm to AFK near there, so then I could get more paper. Because I have a paper farm and I have a gunpowder farm on there, so then I can have rockets to fly around with. I was just chilling. But like, no one was on. Sometimes one of my friends is on and we goof around, and sometimes he shows me the progress that he's made. He is crazy in a good way in terms of Minecraft. Like, bro scares me. He does the same level of grind as some of the people on like Hermitcraft do. And I say that with like full confidence. Yeah. Yeah. And one of my other friends likes building tree houses. And they are so cool every single time. They're so fun. I love tree houses. I just thought of something just now. I don't know when I'd do it, but it'd be really funny if I built like a Minecraft replica of this tiny little room. That'd be so funny to set up like a little like room and then have like a tripwire that summons like the, I don't know, zombies or something. Yeah. Treehouse builds are so cool. Yeah. That same friend, by the way, was so funny. Basically, she planted trees on top of each other. Like, she would plant a tree, get to the top, put down a piece of dirt, or 4 pieces of dirt, depending on what tree it was, and then plant another tree in there. So it was just a huge stack maze of trees to climb up to the top, and there was like a little fighting arena at the top. This was in an older version of our server. It was so funny. I lost count of the number of times someone has fallen off of that thing, though. I had to learn how to water bucket clutch fast. Sometimes I can nail the clutch, and sometimes I just fail the clutch. It would be fun though to like build this little room, and then wherever the spawns are, like maybe have like a little command block that you set off with like a tripwire or something at those specific summoning points to get those mobs to spawn in. Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely would alternate the color blocks and stuff. Mimic the stained glass with that. Would it drive me insane? Absolutely. Just thinking about it, I would also have to figure out the scale between, like, with Roxas in this area and then the spaces here. I'd also have to learn how to make curved paths. Scary. Nah, it wouldn't be that scary. It'd be a challenge. It'd be a fun challenge. I mean, shoot, the idea I was thinking of would also require me to learn how to use command blocks properly to summon like 1 or 2... These zombies? Definitely not skeletons, because these guys don't do skeleton things. They'd probably be zombies. I wonder what I would replace dusks with. Not creepers though, because these guys don't explode. Yeah, it'd probably be zombies because of the melee. Because I can't think of any other Minecraft mobs that would move like this, and Vexes would just destroy. That could work. If I do that, there will definitely need to be a lot of planning going into it. Like a lot. Hey, come back here and give me damage, sir. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody's already built this. But it would be fun to see how I interpret it and build it. Ooh, gotta sit up straight so then I don't crush my diaphragm, and I also don't give my neck pain from leaning forward. Did I just hear something honk? It wasn't a goose. I just heard something honk. Suspicious. Okay, there we go. Ooh, if you do the build, go for it. It'd definitely be a challenge, but it'd be so cool. Because, like, the first part would be the scale, and the second part would be the block palettes for, like, each section. Yeah. Whoa. Okay, let's not make a third death. We don't need the death counter to be 3 for these guys. Okay, we got enough health. Okay, swing around. Got these guys. Perfect. Gonna need to get some damage in order to do a thing. Let's see. I need to drink more water, but I think I am out of water. Uh-oh. Ooh, that's a good point with the pillars. That would be a very good point to think of. Oh my goodness. Let's see, I have a total of... That's the journal. 3,168. I think I'm gonna do... What was the new ability in here? Oh, Blizzard Boost. Let's do one more back and forth run. Just one more. Or maybe I'll hit the 3-hour mark instead. I'll hit the 3-hour mark. Yeah. Yeah, the pillars alone would cause a struggle. Unless you do something like World Edit. If you're doing it in survival, it will definitely take a while. Oh, that's another factor of whether you do Bedrock or Java, too. Yeah. Those are also really good points, too, with the details. Yeah. There would be a lot of scaling. Sorry about the spinning thing. I had to emphasize the lot. There we go. There we go, got those. Yeah. Okay. Get those 3. Shoot, I only have 3,000 XP remaining. I need to think about this. Well, for starters, I need to get myself more water. Like, bad. Okay. Here's the plan. I think I'm gonna call it a night for the stream. Because as delightful as it would be to get to level 40 tonight, I don't want to over push my limits and wear myself out. But I am definitely getting to level 40 next stream. I've made so much progress. So much progress. Woohoo! Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna call it for tonight. Thank you so much for stopping in and chatting and stuff. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah. Okay, I've saved both of the files. Okay. Yep. Thank you so much for watching. I will probably be back on Thursday at, I think it's 6:30 in the PST and 9:30 in the East Coast time. I will now send you to the ending stream screen. You have a wonderful night. And to anyone else who is watching the VODs, also have a wonderful day, night, evening, afternoon. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.